poster. Hey, my new poster. Look at this. All bums welcome. Hope your day is peachy as your bum. So today, in light of this coming in, it's hump day and booty day. And we get to talk about butts today and glutes. Why your butt isn't growing. Tell me how awesome this is. All bums matter. All bums welcome. So I'm gonna hang this up, especially. So awesome, guys. Let's talk glutes and butts and why your glutes aren't growing. I hear about it all the time. I was having a conversation with a couple clients in a group and some other just people talking about it and with some colleagues and about what it really takes like to grow your butt. And you might have, while a lot of you might have like a fat butt, like have a lot of fat in your butt, you don't have a lot of muscle in your butt. And one of the things that with growing and glute growth, especially growing strong glutes and like gaining muscle in your butt, is doing more lifts that engage more of those muscles. And I know a lot of the times when we talk about like bums and butts and glutes, you have your hamstrings and quads and what should I do for all this? Well, I broke it down for some of you guys to make it easy to what you should be, more of what you should be working on when it comes to growing your glutes. And when it comes to you picking out your glutes now on here and maybe where you want to be. Where do you guys want to be? Here? 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 Where do you guys want to be with growing your glutes? Okay. So a lot of the times you hear like squats, deadlifts, leg press, leg extension, leg curls. And yeah, those are all great, but you're gonna, when growing your glutes, like you have three different parts to your glutes. Okay. You have your glute medius, your glute maximus, and your gluteus minimus. So depending on where you're working for growing your glutes, okay? And for a lot of the times we think of more like horizontal movements like squats, deadlift, you're moving up and down. When a lot of the times, think about it, you need to work on more what I say is horizontal movements. So a lot of the times that's going to be like your glute bridge, your hip thrust, single leg glute bridges, single leg hip thrust, a lot of reverse hyper and frog pumps with those. So you're doing more horizontal movements, hinging at the hips and glutes, and growing strong glutes, and like growing strong glutes especially really helps out a lot with your overall physique, because a lot of the times, a lot of you probably have pelvic tilts. If you don't have strong glutes, you feel like your pelvis is more tipped forward. You feel like the pelvic tilt when you're standing, it feels like more you're pushing your stomach or your uterus out by the way you stand, because you don't have strong glutes. You're not working them out properly and engaging them. So it's taking over, and you probably have a lot of lower back pain. A lot of lower back pain with that because you don't have strong glutes and you're not engaging them. So start adding in, and these are even stuff you can do at home. Like, yes, starting off with bands and body weight for a lot of these, for those of you that don't do them, but band and body weight, like really start working on that. And that will help a ton with your mobility and to strengthening your glutes and getting those back with mobility. You know what I mean? And like, you can do these all the time. Like, I bet a lot of you, if you're watching, okay, you're standing. If you're standing right now, you can do standing glute squeezes. Where you get up and just, whoop, whoop. That was my butt cracking from setting all day and doing more things. So you're squeezing your glutes, standing there, engaging them, squeeze your glutes. Pretend like someone's trying to poke you in the butt, or you're squeezing a penny between your butt cheeks, okay? And really squeeze your butt cheeks and engage your glutes, and really help to like stand there and squeeze your core too and embrace your core. And that's really going to help you too with engaging your glutes more often. For some of you may not be engaging them. You're not squeezing and engaging your glutes. So really focus on engaging your glutes, and that's going to help give you more roundness and depth, especially if we're trying to lift our glutes and add more to the top of your butt to give you more of a waistline. Okay. So hip thrust, glute bridges, standing hip thrust, even doing like cable pull throughs. And in that same deal, you're pulling through and you're engaging your glutes. So a cable machine and cable kickbacks. Okay. Using the cable machine and doing like glute kickbacks, and overall, like I get asked all the time, what is like when growing glutes, is it better to lift more volume or is it better to lift heavier sets? And that's one of those things that only you can answer. Like, what is a heavy set? Relatively heavy to you, okay? Like that you're getting 3 to 5 reps on, okay? I say like 5 sets of 5 of heavier sets, 5 sets of 5 that I can do heavier sets. And if you're going heavier and you really feel your glutes engaging, of course, heavier sets are going to help build more muscle mass faster and denser. But also, if you're dropping your weight down and you're feeling these at half your normal, if you're doing 55 to 60 and you feel it at 30 to 35, then do 30 to 35 and work your way up in progressive overload. Because once you be able to do those 35s, if you're engaging at that, you can probably go up a little bit more. So engaging 2.5 to 5 pounds a week. So if you're going up 2.5 pounds a week, dude, that's 10 pounds in a month. That's moving some weight, a ton. And especially if you're doing more hip thrusts and glute bridges, you're engaging your glute more, your core is getting tighter, okay? You're adding more, like I said, a shelf. So we want to lift and add more width and depth in here to add more width and depth to your glutes, which is going to lift them to give them more of a waistline. Okay? And so you still could do that, but I would focus really on, yes, bands and activating your glutes, band walks. You know what I mean? Those are always like for glute activation and stuff you could do at home. Those are always going to be like easy to do. I say even like lateral band walk, side to side, you know, really engaging your glutes, walking knee pulls, butt kicks, leg swings, warming up a little bit, engaging there. Okay. But lifting weights and lifting more and engaging more your glutes is going to be what helps you go from like a sad butt to a glad butt. Okay. And we're going to do that by adding in more vertical movements. Okay. But also, besides the workouts, everything here, I need to talk to you guys. If you're not hitting your protein goals, like if you are eating like a bird, you're not eating all day, you're eating like a bird, you're still working out, but you're not eating enough calories, there's no way you're going to be able to grow your butt or even tone your butt. Cutting calories is not going to be the answer to you growing your glutes and getting leaner. If you eat more protein and eat more and go and embrace the building phase of it and focus on lifting heavier, progressive overloads, working out glutes 2 to 3 times a week, and really focusing on a program and progressive overload for more than just a week to 2 weeks. Oh, I get bored after 2 weeks, so I want to change it. Stick to it and progress for 8 weeks through a program so you can really track it. And you have to track, like if you aren't doing measurements, you need to do pictures. Because you're going to be seeing progress, but you're not going to give yourself like the benefit of the doubt because you see yourself every day. So taking pictures or measurements makes a huge stride in like seeing progress, okay? So start adding in more food, especially if you're growing your glutes, lifting heavier, engaging them and like working this so you're able to be stronger. And I bet you notice a lot of it too. Like I said before, but you're standing, you feel like your pelvis is more here. By your glutes coming, you're going to tone up more here. So you're going to go from a pelvic tilt forward. And then you also feel like your uterus and stomach, for a lot of you ladies, is pushing forward. So you feel like this and pinching in your back. By glutes, strengthening your glutes, you're pulling more forward. And look how I'm standing more in a more of a straighter, my core's embraced, everything else. And for those of you watching, you know exactly what I'm talking about when you're standing there feeling it. Does that make sense? If it does, drop some fire in the chat. Let me know, because we're getting peachy in here, and all bums are welcome. And this summer, we're going from sad bums to glad bums. And I'm going to help you get the glad bums. Okay? So any questions? Any questions on like glute exercises to do? Any questions on things like that? Also, pro tip with this, for a lot of you that may not be able to do split squats, okay? You struggle with like holding your balance, or maybe you have more not stability in like your knees and ankles. You know the leg press machine that you set in? I'm going to scoot back. But you're setting in like this, and it's more seated up, and it'd be like here, and you push it there, okay? Drop one leg down and one leg up, and you can do one-legged pushbacks here, and that's going to work similar to split squats. So if you struggle with split squats and holding your balance, try the seated leg press and do one-legged and work on that, and that will work a similar muscle group to the pro tip of struggling with split squats. Okay. Thanks, Miss Katie. So, and really just activating more your glutes. You know what I mean? And I know a lot of you know that booty bands only activate so much, but those aren't going to grow your glutes. Lifting heavier, progressive overload, and then consistency. That's what I think a lot of us forget too, is consistency in growing our glutes. Like if I want to grow my shoulders, or I want to grow my back, or I want to grow my traps or chest, like for me, chest for a long time was my weakest point. Or legs right now, so I'm doing more legs twice a week to grow more my hamstrings and hamstring focus. But my chest, I was hitting chest 2 to 3 times a week for a long time, because my chest, my shoulders, for me, my shoulders always overpower my chest. And so I don't need to work out shoulders as much as I need to do chest to fulfill my portions. So for some of you, if you have a great back or great chest or great shoulders, you may not need to work out other body parts as much to still be able to get that activation. But if you're really trying to grow your glutes, and when I say not have a fat butt, like as in fat body fat, but have a muscle butt and have a fat PHAT butt, because you've grown your glutes, you've been working hard on them, you're lifting heavier, you're stronger, you're eating more than you ever have, while less body fat and more energy. And you're rocking that bikini that you've been dying to wear. All bums deserve to be shown in bikinis. Okay? So, start incorporating these in your program. Start incorporating things from home. If you're really struggling, go ahead and type glutes in the chat below, or send me a message saying glutes, and I'll send you my glute guide of what you need to work on and what you can be working out and doing to help grow your glutes and the exercises best. Stuff you can do from at home to the gym to activate that. Okay? So, and for a lot of you ladies out there that have been married, you know what it's like when your husband walks behind you and you got to flinch and clench your butt cheeks. Just start doing that more often, just all the time, and those glutes will be growing in no time. Okay? Let's get after it. Let's get to eating. Let's get to building. Let's get to lifting heavy. Let's hump this hump day and keep fucking rocking. Okay, guys. I hope you have the best day ever. Drop any questions in the chat below, and we are going to get these glutes to be growing as we go into the last 6 months of the year. You got big ass goals. I've got the way to help you get them. Okay. Have a great day. Talk to y'all soon.